Hey, you gotta be informed. You gotta be formal with it. For those listeners and supporters out there, we
it's
was
it's going. It's going
we
now.
were we were scheduled to talk about police accountability, which consists of defund the police versus the concept of community control of police. But
Yeah.
I
And
don't
so
know.
y'all want to fund the police.
This guy, but
Is that is that
well,
is
I'm
that what you
not.
think? Is that what you think, Soka?
I mean, no. I mean, he just said
It's
that
too late.
y'all
It's
had a
too late to
discussion.
drink
Y'all
that.
was supposed to discuss the fund of the police versus community control. So I mean, he just explained off camera. Um, he just wanted the institutions to reflect the communities. I agree with him with that. I actually came up with a plausible solution by defunding the police department and actually funding the sheriff's department because the people elect the sheriff and the sheriff appoints deputies. And if you don't like the deputies being appointed by the sheriff, you can choose not to reelect that sheriff. Well, that will make an incentive for the sheriff to listen to the people of the community that he polices. So that's my take. So I'm in agreement with the brother. I do believe that we need,
Is that what you
as
agree with,
far as the
Eric?
communities are concerned, the actual policing of the community should come out of the community in which the institution is policing.
Uh,
I don't know if he said it like how you just said it.
I just cleaned it up for the brother.
You know what
yeah, clean up.
I'm saying? Yeah, man. So yeah, we've been talking about a little bit on here. I'm Yafeuh by Lagoon. I got Erick Khafre, I got Country Black Guy.
Hey, get in
We
the
just
bed.
we just having a conversation, really more so than anything else. We got Sekou in the background crying.
Oh God.
Getting this good old dirty rice that my old lady made from scratch.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
the Louisiana way. Just like them old good old Louisiana folk.
Eric, let me ask you the question, Eric. What for you? What is community control of the police? Like, what is that? I know you explained it, but since I know we're kind of going live now, I just kind of want you to really explain that to us.
Yeah, most people can conceptualize. We've been in slavery for a little while now, but most people can conceptualize how it would look at it. If we were free, it wouldn't even be this dynamic. But the thing is that we talking about from the outstart, right? The revolutionary process started with reforms, especially in a society like this. And so we talk about, the contradictions of policing and police brutality, police terrorism, right? And so, we had a lot of people come up with this concept, well, defund the police, and I'm not necessarily anti that because I'm not anti that because anything the community want to see, even if it's a lighter shade or something, it's fine. But defund the police, that still gives power to those who are in place right in power right now. So you said defund the police, so instead of getting the Dallas Police Association $3 million, you're gonna give them $2 million. That's defund the police. That's really could be said to be defund the police, but community control the police. Really, I was supposed to push it to, talk about and deal with community control over public safety. You see what I'm saying? Community control over public safety is all avenue. You're dealing with transportation. How transportation move in your community. And how people going from point A to point B in their daily lives. How is that dealt with? So it's the totality of safety that's the fact of the matter. Not just policing itself. You see, but the community control of police. Some groups in some states have been pushing oversight. Police accountability, councils and things of that nature. And it's all similar. It's police accountability. But the thing is, community control of police is that the people from the community get to choose who, with much credibility, who in fact is a part of these committees and oversight councils. This in charge of the police accountability structure altogether. You know what I'm saying? And so community control of police is just the same thing as community control of education. The parents and the teachers having a say so over the whole structure and the plan and the curriculum of education is the same thing with policing. You know, what kind of people are allowed in our community, and what's the standard, right? What's the code of culture in our community? You know, without community control of police, there is no standard. It's a motherfucker from way across town who get to ride in your streets every day, pull your ass over because your hair too damn nappy, or he see you on some rims, or you just look like the average nigga to him. You know what I'm saying? And so he pull you over, get to doing what he want to do, and there's no accountability for it. You know, no police time, things of that nature. Even the procedures in which the police are dealt with after crimes. That's what community control of police, you know, you dealing with those kind of things, or community control of public safety. These are the kind of things that you're dealing with. You're dealing with how law enforcement officers are dealt with after and before and after situations. What does that look like? Do they gotta see counsel? Do they gotta see therapists? I mean, it's a number of things you can have it's something, it's something for them that's required to do because of what they, because of something they've done. I'm talking about misconduct now. Now, if you just straight up murder somebody, your ass just get 50 to 100 years in prison, just right off top, But you have oversight committees and the community that decides that. That's just me saying that. But if they decide that maybe a motherfucker just needs to go to rehab and do 2 years in prison, whatever. But the community needs to be able to decide this shit. Not the Dallas police, not the police associations, and not the state. Because the state is always gonna be a reflection of the ruling class, and the ruling class is capitalism, is the bourgeoisie and corporate elite ruling class, and so they're imposing their rules and regulations and laws on the working class to benefit them.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Would y'all brothers be against assisting with a sheriff's department job fair for your area?
A sheriff department job fair.
Yeah. That way people from your community can apply for jobs at the sheriff's department. And if hired, they will police your area.
I don't know.
Dallas, a city of Dallas police department job fair. I've been to one of them before. Y'all can have one of y'all area and get people from y'all area to join the police force.
Yeah, but think about that. If you join the police force and there's no accountability with it, then the thing is, you still got to have those quotas. You still got to meet quotas, meaning you got to arrest a certain amount of niggas per week. This is real stuff.
If y'all feel the ranks full of people from y'all area, they can change that. They can be, go up the chain and get into the leadership of the organization and change these quotas and things of that nature.
Yeah, that sounds good, but see, policing and all these things are just like jobs. Meaning, they ain't gonna just let you get up there and just be like, okay, this nigga coming through the rank, is he from Oak Cliff, yada yada yada. He used to be with the gun club or whatever the fuck. He coming through the rankings and so let him all in, man. We gonna promote him. We gonna promote John Muhammad to this ranking. That it's gonna be all kind of shit that's gonna keep you from being.
So if you do a job fair today, 10 years from now, somebody will be a supervisor.
So let me chime in on that, if I could. Let me chime in on that, and I can kind of tell you from my personal situation. So
Hold on.
So back in 2007, we was patrolling the community in Pleasant Grove, East Dallas. You know what I mean? We was patrolling, and because we had arms, and this is way before everybody knew about open carry. This is way for this open carry stuff, all these open carry groups. This 2007. The chief in the Eastern Subdivision, name was Jan Easterling. They had an absolute problem with us patrolling the police. Patrolling the community. They had an absolute problem with that because we were like civilians. We didn't report to them. We didn't talk to them.
Right.
My point is that back to what you were stating. There was a chief, an interim chief that rose all the way from the ground all the way up. Erick mama actually knew him, Randy Hampton. You remember Randy Hampton, Erick? Your mama went to
she said she dated. She dated him before.
She dated Erick mama dated the interim police chief at that time. You know what that interim police chief that started from the bottom and went all the way to the top?
Yeah.
He called me on my phone and was threatening me by the arrest. You know what I'm saying? I had traffic tickets.
Yeah.
He told me that they was gonna make sure that they arrested me that weekend.
Why he said that?
Because they wanted to make sure that they could stop us from patrolling the community.
Right.
That's what they was doing. That they had an absolute problem. So Jan Easterling was over the subdivision. The chief that Randy Hampton at that particular time, he was a chief over the whole Dallas Police Department. Called me, little old me, on the phone, 25-year-old me, and told my young ass, "Hey, we gonna catch you slipping, Charles Goodson, and we're gonna arrest you." And the point of the reason for that is because the owner of the second apartment, she was saying that if at any point we had issues with the police and it got to such extreme where we got arrested, that they was gonna kick us off the property and we weren't gonna be able to patrol no more. So that was their point. So I'm just giving an example of how this one black officer came through. Another example, David Brown. Everybody know about David Brown, right? Yeah. Everybody know about David Brown, David O. Brown. He was a chief in Dallas, and then he became the chief in Chicago. Now he the chief in Chicago right now. This joker went to South Oak Cliff Middle School. Tell me why during his administration and during the whole South Oak Cliff High School, during this whole time of being raised up the ranks and becoming an assistant chief and then the police chief, we had more issues of police brutality that existed. And this is a guy who from South Dallas, quote unquote South Dallas. This is a real guy. You know what I'm saying? He from South Dallas. Hell, his son got killed by the police. You know what I'm saying? So my problem with that, what you saying, I appreciate you listening to me, not interjecting, but my thing is that whole paradigm where come from the community and work your way up. You're not gonna change the culture of it.
Yeah, they're not gonna change the culture. That's what I'm trying to say. They're gonna block their culture because they represent the ruling class. The ruling class, they gonna enforce what they know. They gonna enforce the ruling class. But see, because the reason we know this, well, we know it because of what's going on in the country for 500 years. But the thing of it is that the reason we know in that situation is in our personal life is because without reading any books, you know what I'm saying, without studying Black Panther liberation, having OGs and all that. The reason we understand that in our personal life is because, look, the chief didn't call Yafeuh and threaten him because we was a nuisance to the community. No, we actually made change there. But he called because it wasn't under the jurisdiction and the dictatorship of the state. It don't matter if you clean the community up or not. We want the ruling class want to enforce their goddamn culture, which is to send niggas to the prison industrial complex. That's the thing that we do. We got to meet quotas. So we need niggas to go to jail. So we really don't want you patrolling and keeping teenagers from selling dope and robbing and things of that nature. Because if you do that shit effectively, we ain't gonna have no goddamn quotas. You all right? We ain't gonna be able to, make our checks worthwhile. You see what I'm saying? But to us, it's a whole different mentality, right? It's the Balagoon mentality, community protector, and you know what I'm saying, war chief if we have to. But if it ain't no reason to go to war, we believe in peace at all costs. But to preserve the culture and the righteousness of our community, that's why we were doing that, to protect the interests of the community. But their interest is the interest of the ruling class, and that's where the contradiction came in.
Okay, so from what I got, man, was that y'all put a man in position and he sold out. They did it a few times. Y'all need to put better men in position, or flood the market. Like I keep saying, have a job fair and put in a lot of guys, so you have many people.
Yeah, look here, brother. I wish what you said we could do that, but you know why we can't do it? It's not gonna be that many people qualified.
Why is that, brother?
because he just gave you two examples. The reason why David Brown and Rodney Hampton was not qualified because they didn't have the ideas and the principles of the working class. They didn't understand it and of the working class in a collective sense. Now they didn't have as Kwame Nkrumah, we was talking about Africa earlier. Kwame Nkrumah, what I call the real first black president, Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, who always used to talk about the African personality. And it would go beyond the dashikis and the locks and all these things, but the African personality means the personality of collectivism, of principled unity. These people don't understand that. They don't have that in themselves. I mean, they don't understand it in themselves. They don't represent it, and they don't even represent the working class in general, meaning the black and brown community. So that was the problem was. They was going into this thing just like all the other thousands of black police chiefs and judges and shit. They were going into this thing looking at it like, I'm successful because I'm a black person going into a position going into a position where I'm working for the state. So I'm successful because I'm a black judge within itself. I'm successful because I'm a black sheriff within itself. I'm successful because I'm a black police chief within itself. But that within itself don't make you successful. If the community is not making progress, then you are not successful. And so they don't look at it like that. And so that's why so many of our people would not be qualified because they going into the system looking at it like, I'm going there for them to change me. Not for me to change it, but for me to change.
Brother, they move out the community, brother.
Huh? Oh.
They move out the community, so they no longer are from your community.
But even if they stay, they don't represent. They don't represent. It's the politics. It really ain't where they from. Yeah, they was in SOC and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's really about interest. You know what I'm saying? That's what you can tell.
They're not supporting the interests of the community around them, rather than who interests are they supporting then? What I mean, so were you saying that this whole situation by Yafeuh and the police chief, and y'all was doing patrols? What was the reasoning for that he brought to you, Yafeuh, that he didn't want you to do patrols?
So what I was just stating is when we started doing patrols in Pleasant Grove, they lost their jobs. Some officers lost their jobs. They lost their contracts. They lost their side hustle. So it kind of caused an issue.
Okay. So this is I got you. Just like a
yeah. So here we come, and we on this revolutionary shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And folks are being receptive to what we doing. You know what I'm saying? More so than police. I'm talking about the community part. So
you know what you should have did, brother Yafeuh? You should have went and got your security license. You feel me? And got all of your partners to get theirs, and then y'all did it. They couldn't have told y'all nothing. Me and my partners did this last year.
But here's the thing though. They had no. If we want to do a business, I get you where you're going with. If we ultimately try to do that,
I mean, you didn't even have to have a business. You could just had the license, just so you know, and have a contract for $0.
But my point is that, and I appreciate you for your comment. But
had a DBA. We had a security DBA, but
yeah. But my point is they had a problem with it because it was something they couldn't control and could influence, at least as far as with us directly. They had to put pressure on the complexes. That
sounds like corruption, brother, and corruption is everywhere. That don't sound like it's not the institutional rules. It's corruption from the guy who's corrupting. You know what I'm talking about?
So check it out, country. So they problem was one of their main problem was that they couldn't identify us. Like they didn't know who he was. You know what I mean? Right. So they ran up in the apartment in the office, and they was like, you got to identify these guys. You know what I'm saying? And the problem, the key, they was able probably to get the key people like myself info. But they couldn't account for everybody that was there. Everybody wasn't on paper. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but that was all they was concerned about. They was like, we arrested the leader, or one of the leaders, which was me. Yeah, and we're gonna make y'all look bad in front of the community. When actually it had the total opposite effect.
Right.
Because then the community figured out that, oh, y'all not the police.
Right. Once we
Y'all just
figure
really
that
just
out.
trying to make us safe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
That
Right.
when they saw me go to
When
jail,
they
Yeah.
identified that, yeah.
yeah, when they saw me get put in the police car, you know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
actually got put in the police car while another one of our comrades was had a warrant out for his arrest and basically would have went to jail. I was able to kind of be a
Distract.
distraction,
Yeah.
and he was able to kind of because he had detained them officers had detained everybody on that wall. They detained like 10 people on the wall,
Hey, they
and
came with all of yeah, they had all of them ARs out. Yeah.
yeah, I come running down the stairs from and the funny thing about that, just before that, couple hours before that, we was protesting a strip club that had a 12-year-old girl stripping in the strip
Yeah,
club.
right. Sure was.
So
Yeah.
they was actually
Yeah.
showing what we were doing on the news at the same time. I ran down the stairs and started talking to the police, and then they did what they did with me, you know what I'm saying, a little traffic warrant or whatever. So I went in, but he was able to weasel back, which he probably would have got some more serious time.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, man, that sounded like corruption. You said that they didn't want you to work that because it was cutting into their side hustle money. That's exactly what that is, brother. I'm
Man.
sorry. I mean,
No,
I don't know how to fix corruption, brother. Corruption
on,
is everywhere.
on more than one occasion, they had they did this like on three or four other properties. One of the properties I was able to put a couple guys on. Aspen Chase, if anybody remember Aspen Chase on Centerville and Ferguson.
I mean, the
See,
only way to get around it is, like I said, get out, get your whole crew to get your the security license and
mhm.
do it as a security detail. They can't
Yeah.
stop you then.
Yeah, but they was though, and the reason why the reason they couldn't legally stop us.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
right.
They
Yeah, they
think
couldn't
they were
leave.
trying to
Yeah.
attack our character. They were like, "Oh, you got
Right.
them guys or what?" You
Right,
know that's
right,
what you know
right.
you know how they talking. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna choose them guys over the police. They we got chose over the police like 4 or 5 times, man. But the police came back every
Yeah,
time
yeah.
and was
Uh,
you got to get rid of these guys. They, we're having problems out. They were just saying they having problems out of. We didn't have not one. We didn't
Yeah,
have.
that's corruption, brother. That's bad
Yeah,
corruption. Yeah.
yeah. They was attacking our character because it wasn't like.
You should
I
have
mean,
sued them for defamation.
yeah. That could have been a thing, but yeah, they was attacking the hell out of us, and so. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go off my tangent.
No, you good, brother. Yeah. You should have sued them for defamation. You know, that's always a recourse for any situation that comes up. You know what I'm talking about?
most definitely.
uh,
Yeah. So I don't know, man, but
yeah,
Real
it's
talk.
just
I mean, and that's the good thing about this country. You know, there is a level of corruption.
really
You
country.
know,
Why
when
you say
things
that part?
do
Why you say
happen.
that
look at
part?
it
You should
smiling.
really.
Look at it smiling. Look at it smile when you
No,
say
I'm
that.
saying, look, there's some corruption and things do happen, but there are measures put in
Man,
place where you can check these things if you know how to do it. You got to have that knowledge. You have to be
Man, they've
armed
been
with that
having these
knowledge.
measures, so-called measures in place for
mhm.
since this country been founded, man.
And ain't
And
nobody been able to crack them damn measures yet
What you
because we
mean?
don't have community control over these institutions. It's white ruling class. It's the white ruling class that have the control over
That's
institutions
because
and the
ain't
county.
nobody going to the jobs, brother. Don't nobody want to be a cop. Go be
No, they
one.
about no, they about the cop. The cop ain't telling themselves what to do. The state apparatus is telling the cop what to do. The state apparatus is telling them what to do. They gave them the go ahead to be who they are. They the enforcers for the slave state. That's why the police is within itself can't change nothing. It's the state that's giving them orders saying, look, this what you do. You enforce this and that. Just like in the Haymarket riots, you got to go back to the 1800s. The Haymarket riots when the labor movements started by, a different group of people, working class, some whites, but you had black people like Lucy Parsons, who was a strong black woman. You know what I'm saying? Who she was so goddamn bad. They burnt her library. She had a library full of all kind of information archives. They burnt that shit up because they were so scared of her. But the thing is she was an organizer and the Haymarket riots, dealing with the labor movements in the 1800s, in the Reconstruction era, is that during the Haymarket riot, that's when they started deputizing all kind of motherfuckers. They told them, look, they said, look, this thing is here. We gotta protect capitalist property. We got to protect capitalist property, and we got to keep vigilantes, meaning people who fight for their own interests, which they deserve the right to. We got to keep these people from fighting in a powerful situation. We got to keep them at a docile point. And so during the Haymarket ride, they started deputizing people, and they started these what we know now as the police forces to keep the working class organizers in check. So the state apparatus, whoever in power, is who gonna give you your principles. So even, you know, like I say, it ain't the police themselves doing this. It's really about the culture.
All right. So do you follow two-way,
Mm-hmm.
like Second Amendment laws and things of that nature?
Oh yeah.
All right. So, you know those pistol braces? They're trying to ban the pistol braces.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you didn't register your AR pistol, I think the May the 1st, I think, was the last day you could register it as an SBR. Then technically you are felon as an. I think they issued a stay from the Supreme Court, and it's in the Supreme Court being fought right now. However, there was, I mean, the law states that if you caught with an AR-15 with less than a 16-inch barrel on it, then that's an SBR. It don't matter if it's a pistol brace or nothing attached to it. Now, the sheriffs here in Texas said they're not enforcing it at all.
Yeah.
So no matter what comes down from above, the sheriffs can do whatever they want to do. And the chief of police, the only person that person answers to is the mayor. So the culture is set. Well, the culture and the environment of the institutions are set by the people who running it, and we need to hire leaders who don't turn on us. It's not nobody else's fault that our people selling out once they get in these positions. We need to vet these people thoroughly and make sure that they are who we want them to be, instead of the first black face come up or the first Democrat, because, you know, that's why we voting these days. You know, come up and we just vote them in because of you know, face call. You know, so I honestly believe that, I mean, my whole mythos as far as the ideal society I would not have a police department. I would have a sheriff's department. We'll elect the sheriff. The sheriff appoints the deputies. And if we have any trouble out of that institution, then we can fire the sheriff because we elected him. Now, it's different when you in these urban areas, the city, because, you know, the chief of police, you don't elect him. The mayor appoints him, but you do elect the mayor. So you need to get out and make sure that your mayor is who you want your mayor to be. Because if you're having problems out of your mayor's police department, that police department belongs to your mayor. If the atmosphere in the department is violent, and these people are, you say it, are just people who was picked on at school who just want to become police, and that's who's being hired, then we need to go to the mayor and make sure the mayor makes certain changes that this don't happen, that y'all don't go after these types of candidates. You know, me personally, I would say in order to become a police officer, you need at least a 4-year degree. You need a bachelor's or bachelorettes, if that's the thing. Do women? I think women get bachelorette, right? Don't women get bachelorette degrees?
Bachelor, same thing.
No, it's bad. It's bachelor's.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, I would recommend a more educated policeman or woman. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
You know, and the only person that can change this is the voters in your district.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, if you don't have millions of dollars, you're not gonna be a mayor unless you have a whole goddamn movement, which is possible.
Yeah.
But depending on the courage of your community is not probable, right? So there's millions of dollars into this shit funneled into being a politician, especially a mayor. So it's not that easy for somebody who just came out of Burger King, you know, who say, you know what, I got some great ideas. I want to be a mayor. You know what I'm saying? It's more likely that a businessman or somebody who's a part of some other high social strata is gonna come in there and get these positions, and they're gonna have the finance and the support and the sponsors to help push them. They're gonna get all the billboards, they're gonna get the radio time, the TV time, they're gonna get the commercials, they're gonna get all this shit. You know, they're gonna get the lobbyists funding them, they're gonna get all of this stuff. But the guy from Burger King who have better ideas and who have done stuff in the community, he gonna be behind in that race. He not gonna even be in the race.
As he should, brother. Why would you have a mayor that came out of Burger King, brother? He running the city. He got to balance the books and everything. And you want to put the boy who ain't never ran a business over your city?
Yeah, that don't mean because you working at Burger King, you never had a business.
If you had a business, you wouldn't work at Burger King.
You might.
And your hustle ain't good at all. If you come on, man. If I'm a mechanic, you know what I'm saying, and I'm fixing cars, why would I get out from under a car and go to Burger King?
Hey, it might be your thing. Listen, let me tell you something. We say this all the time, but listen, we think the mayors and the presidents and all these people don't have no experience. We think they do. You see what I'm saying?
Name one who did.
Who didn't what?
Name one who did. The only one that I can name that didn't have no experience is that
Trump.
AOC girl, and everybody give her flack because of it. But she did go to college and she has a degree.
Oh, but that don't. Oh, yeah. But what I'm trying to say is that don't qualify you to represent the masses. That don't qualify you because you got a degree or you was a big time businessman, a woman. We think that automatically means that you're gonna look after the interests of the city or the people. That does not guarantee that.
No, it does not.
The plumber might have better interest than the businessman. This is actual.
No, but you got to have both things. You got to have the interests of the people, and you got to know how to run the city. You can't just can't be cool with the people and can't run the business of the city.
That's true. But listen, the running the city comes from you having people that have the principles and the understanding and the organization to be able to do that around you. Because no one person is running any city. No one person is running anything. We know this because Joe Biden is the president and he don't even know what the fuck he had half the time. Because he's not running the goddamn country. He's not qualified. To be honest, he's really not qualified. But he's in that position, right? Because certain people want him to be in that position. But he's in that position, but he have people around him that understand organization. See, but they understand capitalist organization because that's their interest. Our interest is for the working class. So we get people in the working class, they could be managers, business owners, and all of that. But we use those people that will organize and things like that, put structures together. But you'll do it under the principle of unity, and you do that, and that's how you can articulate the views of the masses and organize. It's not as complicated as we think. In fact, there was a census done that was created. It was created 6, 7, 8 years ago, and out of this census, it was discovered that most politicians are fucking stupid. This is real. This is real. This really happened, and it came up and said most politicians, more than half, are fucking stupid. So these are the people that we see as qualified. They got degrees, they got businesses, but they not, you know what I'm saying? They're not smart. They're not really intelligent for real. The people that the average person know what the fuck they need to happen. You see what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck what need to happen, and half of them don't even fucking know. They just looking at the interests of businessmen. We give a damn about the community at large. They only give a damn about businessmen. So that's what's on their goddamn mind is business. They don't give a damn about the elders being safe. They don't care about the public safety system being more updated or advanced. You see what I'm saying? To get people where they need to go and make sure they're in a safer environment. They don't give a goddamn about that. They looking at the pocketbooks at the end of the day.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Me personally, I believe to be a mayor of a city, you at least need a business management degree, a bachelor's in business management, so you don't run the city into the ground.
Yeah.
You know, you end up like Detroit. You know, cities like that. There's had to file for bankruptcy and all that.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, but in a
Straight
minute, the
up.
whole country gonna be filing for Beirut. But yeah, oh
For
yeah,
real, man. Well, yeah, man, I
but
get
yeah.
it, man. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
And I am you know, I don't want to say that. I mean, we in America, man, and in America, anybody should be able to run for a political office if they want to, regardless of what status that they have. You know, that's
Right.
just my personal opinion. And I honestly feel like if you're going to run a city, you need a business management degree at least.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to be in the field of interest. That's what you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. In
you know.
some way or another, you know. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know, at least, and you might not necessarily have to have one to know how to handle the business, but at least
Right.
that's proof
That was
that you
my
do.
point. Yeah, yeah. That was
Yeah,
my point. Yeah, that's my
that's what I'm
point.
saying. I
Yeah.
just need some proof. I need me personally. I just want some proof that you do.
Yeah.
And that piece of paper showed me at least that you know you know the fundamentals. You know what I'm talking
Yeah. 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 The basic concepts.
Straight up.
Yeah, but yeah. But it just overall we see it as that our biggest concept is humanity. If you got humanity in your heart, you can figure things out. I know we don't think so because we've
Yeah,
been trained that you got to have these qualifications. Look here, man, it's a lot of doctors out here. They got qualifications and shit, and they got all that. But I don't trust most of them.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying? I
yeah,
rather go to the witch doctor, the herbalist, the healer that's in the hood. They gonna help me more than the damn doctor is because they got the different interests. The
yeah,
healer and the witch doctor trying to heal me and move me forward. This
yeah,
goddamn doctor that got all the goddamn accolades, them motherfucker trying to get some money off me. And
yeah,
if I got the right insurance, he just might do it. If I don't got no insurance at all, he not gonna help me because his interest is different than what mine is. I mean, than
yeah,
what the rich doctor and the healer see. So if we bring humanity into it, we can all figure this thing out. You know,
yeah,
these people, these politicians are not smarter than the people. This is an actual fact. I know politicians. I know mayors and people. I know these people. These people dumb as hell. When I see them, I just tell them like, you know, you dumb as. You know, they already know they dumb. But
yeah,
they look back at me and be like, man, well shit, this is all I know. You know, so they into that thing, you know, this is all I know. You know, they not it, you know, educating themselves, and so they just fall into the lap of the slave master and end up following their orders and doing what they want them to do. And that's
yeah,
why you
man.
have so many black politicians that fill our community. All other politicians do things for their community. Not saying they look after the interests of the working class in its totality, but they do raise issues. They raise issues and try to build some foundation, at least economically, based off the needs of their group of people. But African or black politicians, they don't do it at all. They never do it. They always come from a place of weakness. And there's police, chief judges, all alike.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, brothers. You know, we just got to do better picking, and it's across the board. You know, as far as uh, like if I watch the news, like say you watch Fox News, you know, they always saying that you need to drain the swamp because I guess the people that they sending down to represent them down in the state house in Texas ain't representing their interests. So it's a thing
Yeah,
across the board where politicians are not representing the interests of its constituencies. You know what I'm talking
right.
about? So
Yeah.
I mean, how do you fix that? Has been a problem since as old as politics. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Straight up.
Right. Right.
You know,
Right.
you get a man, you put a man down there, or get a woman, you send a woman down there, and they switch on you, they flip on you. You know,
Yeah.
they go after, they represent whoever's gonna donate to their
Yeah.
campaign the
Right.
most.
Right. Right.
You know,
Right.
it's a
Right. Right.
job.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. But see, they that come from something. And then they also come. See, we're gonna have a discussion on that. I'm gonna bring my comrade from the Party of Socialism and Liberation. They got running a presidential candidate. They already ran a presidential candidate a few years ago. A very qualified person who had a great vice president in mind. He just fell out the race because of his health issues. Speaking of the vice president, but that also come from too our allegiance to these Democrat Republican parties and things of that nature. You know, some of these folks weren't qualified from the get go to represent the interests of us. It's just that they said they graduated from the same high school as us, and they say they're from a Democratic party, and so that's enough for people to jump on the bandwagon. And then a lot of people don't think they qualified to represent the people, but they just as qualified as that person. But all they got to do is come to our community and say a few things and say, well, I'm Democrat. Oh, all right. You know, and that's what we, that's how we lean, you know what I'm saying? And that's just really lack of political education and historical analysis. But we do it, you know, all the time.
Let me ask you this question. Let's talk about this socialism, man. Do you consider yourself a socialist?
Yeah, I do. I believe at this point, from the outstart, socialist economics is the best. I mean, is the better solution economically for most societies in the world. Yes, I do.
Explain that to me. Explain that.
What's that?
What you said, socialist economics. What are socialist economics?
Well, socialism is a socialist. Socialism is an economic system. Potent. The way the news and the media and the way the capitalist media push it, they push socialism and communism like it is a way of life. But of course, whatever economic system you have is gonna be your way of life. But it's the same thing with spirituality and other cultural factors. They all play the same. They all play a part in the society. So, but they push it like it's a socialism and communism is some idea that you push. Okay, socialism and communism mean you don't believe in God, or you can't have money, or you gonna have you got to share your shirt with you got to share the same shirt as your wife, and you know what I'm saying, all these these misconstrued concepts that they push out here that say that. But so it's the only two kind of systems that exist in the modern world, and that's socialism and capitalism. Socialism is a collective economic base, and capitalism is an individualistic, private, corporate economic base, which was fueled and built off of slavery and the slavery of our ancestors. So those are two economic systems that exist in the world.
So you know who I forgot dude's first name, but his last name was Kalashnikov. He created the AK-47. Automatic Kalashnikov, 1947.
Yeah,
that gun is it has the most guns in the world right now are AKs. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I mean, if he win the award for the most guns in circulation, but he died a regular guy. He wasn't rich because he worked for the government.
Yeah,
that's socialism.
Yeah,
I want to make money off my ideas. You know what I'm saying?
But that be good. Listen, that's because capitalism. That's because you know a capitalist base all your life. You can look here. You're a spiritual man. We was talking about it earlier. Look, we understand money, but socialist economics don't focus on individuals being rich. It's taking away the profit motive. See, that's the one of the main problems in American society, other than it's a slave state that holds people captive with his ideas and his persecution, oppression, these private institutions to get away with shit like the IRS. So other than in the military and industrial complex and the prison, all that, other than that, just the basic level outside of what I just mentioned, the problem with capitalist economics is that everything is a profit motive. Everything is a profit motive. You see, that's what we just mentioned when we was talking about the police. So listen, the police are held in high standards in this society. The police are held in high standard. Listen to this. But at the same time, they felt like they was in competition with so-called citizens. Speaking of ourselves, so-called citizens who was out in the community to make it better. But they were in competition with us in their mind, right? They are in competition with those who are making the community better. So if you're in competition with the person that's making the community better, that must mean your ass wants the community to be worse because you have a profit. Well, there is more than that. It's the culture of capitalism and the slave state and all that. But if you have a profit motive as well, right? They taking my hustle away. The people ain't no goddamn hustle. We weren't over there for no goddamn hustle. We was over there because the community had contradiction. And one of the contradictions, because it had to be some, because when do you ever know that a property gonna get rid of police? You don't see that too often. But the reason it happened was because police was in cahoots with the crime. And not only that, the police that wasn't in cahoots with the crime, who didn't get the memo for the day, they were harassing Kids as young as 13 and 14-year-old. We talking about middle school kids being harassed, being illegally searched on their way home from school. While the officers that's searching them, they homeboys is in the cahoots with the crime. You see what I'm saying? So they had to be replaced. But this the thing is that they don't care about none of that shit. They only care about their interests. So in capitalism, that's why I tell people all the time, we looking at money. And I tell black people all the time that they think I'm negative, but I'm really just telling them the truth is that money is fine, but me, I'm an ancient man. I'm an ancient indigenous man of the planet Earth. I want to be the best at something. I'm not going to be the best at making money. I can be the best humanitarian. Listen here, one of my goals in life, I'm going to get back to the point. One of my goals in life before I transition to the spiritual world this time is to be one of the greatest, to be one of the best human beings that ever walk the earth. And I'm not saying as far as the accolades, I don't want any awards, I don't want no documentary, street names, none of that. If people do that, that's fine. But I just want to know me. I want to be able to know that when I transition, I was one of the best human beings that ever came. And that's my motivation when I transition. Yeah, do I want economic stability? Hell yeah, I do. You got that right. Do I want to go on trips and shit like that? I already do it anyway. I'm a traveler. So yes, I want to go on more trips. Shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm tired of pity pitching. So that's true. But at the same time, I don't believe in making a whole bunch of money at the expense of other people. Capitalism, you're not gonna outdo Europeans when it comes to this capitalist market. I don't give a damn. You name all the motherfuckers you want: Jay-Z, Oprah, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, who is Scooter the Buddha. You get whoever. You're not gonna outdo them in their economic system, because their economic system, their community of people is ahead of us because they started this thing based off our labor, our blood, sweat, and tears. Capitalism was based off slavery. So that's the main reason we should be anti-capitalist right there, because it's fueled off our labor, enslavement, and oppression. You see what I'm saying? And everything is money driven. The reason why we don't have as many genuine and qualified people to be politicians or to lead our community politically, because everybody's chasing some shit. People want to be American dream. They chasing personalities. They chasing images. They chasing awards. They chasing to be entertainers. They chasing all of this shit, all this clout chasing. Damn near most people you know and meet in your life, they're going to be chasing something in America. I guarantee it. That is the problem, because this society and culture is profit motivated. It's not humanity motivated. But if you go to a place in the world that's motivated by humanity and collectivism, that is a place you're going to want to live more than a place like this. Yeah, you might get the money in America, but guess what? Somebody in Baltimore, don't ride your goddamn Bentley in fucking Baltimore, Maryland, because look here. You flousing and shit, but you got people in Baltimore, Maryland who got certain conditions. They might rob your ass at gunpoint, and they might only be 13 to 14 years old, and they might end your life. And your Bentley gone, and your ass is gone. Because, you see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that capitalism is not humanity-based. We are humanity-based. That means we want to see the good. We want to see our motivation is everybody gets to prosper in some way. Everybody gets the benefit of what we produce as a society. That's socialist, communist economics. Everybody gets to benefit from what we produce, the technology we produce, the decisions that we make in society, what culture we have, how we gonna preserve our culture, what's good, what's bad. I don't like to use those terms in my personal life, but it's how we people see it. What's good, what's bad, what's necessary. When is the time to go to war? Is war even necessary? These kind of things. Is there a such thing as enemies? Is there a such thing as enemies? Who are they? How should women be taken care of in society? How should adults be taken care of in society? How should children be taught? These are the things that are not focused on in America. They don't give a damn about nothing but the goddamn dollar bill. And that's the problem with capitalist economics.
All right, so let me throw this in there. All right. So earlier you said that you want to have a whole bunch of grandkids, and to do so, you wanted your son to be in a polygamous relationship.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it myself, but yeah, that ain't my total motivation. If it don't happen, I don't care.
Now listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I told you that wasn't my thing.
Right.
You feel me? Now, I didn't invite you to no socialism for me to tell you how you should live so we can live collective.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to do that with my finances?
Yeah.
You feel me? If we do socialist economics, like we led off with the story about Kalashnikov. He designed the most widespread used gun in the history of the world, and the man wasn't even rich because he worked for the government.
Yeah.
Collective socialism.
Yeah.
The government was in his pockets. So me over here wanting to be free in America, like I say, you free to live however you want to live, buddy. You know what I'm talking about? You can have your polygamy.
No, you
I
not.
don't
You
care.
not free.
Just get out my pockets.
No. I ain't listen. No, you're not free. No, over in America, you're not free to do nothing. Look, we talked about this before. You ain't free. Listen. The only reason you free to make money the way you want, and you really ain't free to do that. You know how we know? Because the prison is full of people who are in prison for non-violent crimes, more than 60%.
Yeah.
The killers are out here with us, and a lot of them in the police and the military. But this is the thing: you're not even free to sell dope, but the CDA, but these drugs, but the doctors and the health professionals, they free to sell you all the drugs they want under their titles. But the trap house can't sell no drugs. Even though the trap house got the worst communities, the worst schools, the worst teachers, the worst roads, the worst every goddamn thing. They grew up with all of this shit. The worst environment, the worst water, the worst every fucking thing.
Hold on, bro. Let me add something.
Yeah.
All right. When I first moved here in 2013, around 24, I think it was 2015 or maybe 2016, there was a vote on medical marijuana here in Texas. Now, it came up 49 to 51. It lost. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I bet it did.
Now, over across the border right here, because I live right here on Oklahoma border. I know people who got marijuana farms.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm talking about? Black folks. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
So they making money, off of cannabis. But it's not here in Texas because black folks didn't get out to vote.
Listen, no. Yeah, they making money. They making money, the ones you talking about making money. But guess who's making more money than them?
Who?
The state of Oklahoma.
We can't get around that, brother. We can't.
Yeah, you can, but I'm saying that we can get around it, but I'm saying in that context, the state, if the state know they're gonna be able to control the total regulation or something, they'll be for that shit. In other words, what I'm trying to say is it's not a deal of is it good or bad. It's not because this I said the doctor could sell you all the drugs you want. He can sell you all the drugs you want. You see what I'm saying? And he'll never be arrested, none of that shit. But if you got a trap house in the hood, you selling pills, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck you selling, dope pills, whatever. Your ass go to prison quickly.
Yeah, you ain't got the credentials to sell it, brother.
But you don't, but that's what I'm saying. That's a contradiction. It ain't about credential. And we both selling dope, but my name is Dr. Shadusky, and your name is Lil Do-Rag. What's the goddamn difference? There ain't no damn difference.
Dr. Shadusky went to school to know what's wrong with you, and he's supposed to be prescribing what to fix you with no excess.
Nah, but he ain't fixing you. He ain't fixing you no more than Lil Do-Rag fixing you. Lil Do-Rag give you something that you're gonna be addicted to. The Dr. Sadusky is giving you something you're gonna be addicted to that have thousands of side effects. The reason we know, because the side effects is on the fucking commercial. Yes, please go to Sadusky for this. But after you leave Dr. Sadusky, the side effects could be you could grow an extra nose, your feet could fall off, all kind of shit. So we know that shit ain't working either. So the trap house shit ain't working, and the shit that Dr. Sadusky ain't working. So this is the thing. So somebody's not needed here. It don't seem like both of them not needed. But the society chooses to side with one, the one that got the profit, and the one that's just a working class nigga. They choose to deal with them differently. You see what I'm saying? And
I feel where you're trying to go with it. However, I can't go with you because due to the fact, like I say, right across the border, you got Dr. Sadusky that's prescribing marijuana, but you also got Lil Ray now who growing it and selling it out the dispensary. You know what I'm
that's
talking about?
Because the state of Oklahoma is capitalizing off of it, though. That's why. If the state wasn't
and what I'm
capitalizing
saying
off of that shit, Oklahoma ain't special. If the state wasn't capitalizing off that shit, the niggas in Oklahoma going their ass to jail too.
Now
But
I take it
the state of Oklahoma
one
don't
step
care.
further. I do believe in the deregulation of a lot of this stuff. I'm for smaller government, not more. Socialism wants more government, want big government. I don't want government at all. Straight up.
No, okay, let's get back to that. It's a form of socialism called anarchist socialism, meaning when some people call it, that's the step of communism, right? Also to be more communal, to be more collective based, to not have a state apparatus. So yeah, the total goal of socialist politics is not to have a state. That's just the first phase of it, is that you taking over the state and you're enforcing cooperative economics. But the state is enforcing it. But the total goal is to get rid of the state apparatus, right? So and it will be more practice of, it'll be more self-determining communities, but you still gonna have a code of culture and accountability structure, but it won't be a state like it is here. It just in the form of socialism. So that's the total goal of it, is to be stateless. But it is outstarted. It is beginning phase. In this day and time, it will actually have a state apparatus.
Now
Okay?
I'm gonna tell you a real story. I'm gonna take away the names though, because I don't wanna, expose nobody. But when I walked to school, when I was walking to school, man, I was the only person to graduate from school out of all the kids that I was walking to school with. Now, I knew some that was real good students, played basketball and everything. You know what I'm talking about? That was good young men. Dropped out of school just to sell dope on the corner on the way to school.
Yeah.
Some of them brothers I've actually talked to, and like one brother, I said, "Look here, brother, just come to school with me." And that brother looked me dead in my face and said, "I want to sell dope for the rest of my life. This is what I want to do. You can't stop me."
Yeah.
Like, dude actually told me that.
Yeah.
Now, you telling me after I went to school, I was ridiculed for going to school. I was a schoolboy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I was ridiculed for, going to get married and not cheating on my wife. I was Tender Johnson. You know what I'm talking about? Now, but I set myself up with stability. You know what I'm talking about? While they was out partying and selling dope.
Right.
Now, at this point in your life, you say, you know what? Let's undo all of your accomplishments and let's give them to everybody so we all have the same. That's not fair, brother.
Oh, no. That ain't like that. It's each according to his need. Each person gets according to their need. Some people need more assistance than others. You see what I'm saying? But everybody have to make their contribution in this kind of society we talking about. Everybody
some of these brothers need. Like I know a brother right now, man. He sold dope, he robbed, he did it all. He can't walk right now. You know what I'm talking about? So he need a little bit more than everybody else because he's paralyzed at this very moment. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So, he would need more than everybody else. But would it be fair to take away from somebody to give to him when they worked hard for it?
No, you're not taking away from them. They making a contribution. We all making a contribution so that everybody can be helped in some way or another. It ain't you taking away it ain't like you going to people's house and say, hey nigga, I need $100 because this nigga over here paralyzed. So you need to give me 50 of your $100 and we need to get this nigga right here the money. That ain't how it go. That ain't how it work. You have plans and procedures in place where you know what you're dealing with when you're dealing with people who have disabilities and how this gonna work. You know what I'm saying? People with disabilities who can't work for themselves, how their family gonna be, how their family gonna be funded and things of that nature. That's how you deal with that. But it is protocols to what you're gonna deal with in society before you even get to it. It ain't like you're just gonna be all of a sudden this happening, you're gonna take money from somebody else. Resources not being taken from one place to another on that level. It's just collectively, you see what I'm saying? But no place around has reached socialism to its highest state. So when we comparing it, we really not comparing something that's in its full fledged. Capitalism is in its full prime, and we see what happened in this prime. You got people selling dope. That go to show right there. In the society we talking about, ain't no motherfucking dope. There ain't no drug kingpins, ain't no mafia, ain't none of that shit. You don't have the freedom to do what you want to do, not because that's people look at the freedom to do what you want to do as a good thing. No, you ass can't be no fucking prostitute in our community. No, you don't. You know why? Because ain't no fucking need. You can't be a hoe. You can't be a goddamn anxiety. It ain't gonna be no need for it. You can't be a fucking hip hop artist on motherfucking radios with a 4-year-old in the backseat living talking about, yeah, I fucked that bitch and I slapped her in the face. Yeah, you can't do that shit. You goddamn right. You call that a dictatorship all you want. You can't do that shit because it's detrimental. No, you ain't finna make no millions of dollars talking about I shot all these hoe ass niggas and I took all the dough. I'm the king, yada, 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 yada. No, you ain't gonna be on that motherfucking radio talking about, yeah, I fucked so many hoes, they called me the goddamn fuck a lot master or something. No, you ain't finna make no millions of dollars in our society talking that shit because that's gonna make the society unproductive. It's gonna make society unproductive, unreliable, and it's gonna cause a whole bunch of issues and contradictions in our community. We trying to cut all that shit out. But America, because it's supposedly free, you could do, and this is what I said when me and Yafeuh, I forget what show we did. I tell people all the time, that's a damn lie anyway, but we can look at both sides of it. In America, you can do what you want to do as long as it's some fucking foolishness. As long as you a motherfucking gangster, long as you want to rap about some detrimental shit, long as you doing a whole bunch of entertainment, throwing balls and catching in the end zone and dunking balls and being a loudmouth boxer, you can be free to say and do what you want. But if you doing what me and Yafeuh and all the comrades are doing in those apartments, you ain't got no goddamn freedom. If you patrolling the community, if you got a mutual aid, more mutual aid than the goddamn government, the Black Panther Party for self-defense had more social services than the United States government, and the average age of a Panther was age 17 to 22. How does this happen? You see what I'm saying? The Black Panther Party was one of the first to expose the effects of sickle cell anemia had on our community. Why all these goddamn doctors, these great doctors with PhDs and all these things, why they wasn't able to come up with this understanding, or why they didn't share it with our community? You see what I'm saying? These are the kind of things that come out. You comparing these societies and these kind of people that we're gonna have in this society to make a better world. A profit world ain't gonna never make it. Like I say, ain't no need for no goddamn rappers in our community. I mean, you can do it. It's not an anti thing. I believe in a society that's self-determined, meaning the people have a right to decide whether you have a state or not. The state should do what the people need first and foremost, and some of what the people want. Some, because the niggas that want hip hop, yeah, that's fine. We can do hip hop all day long on the street. Can you make money? Can you make $1 billion because you talking about I got all the hoes in the world? Hell no. You know why? Because in our society, while we giving your stupid ass $1 million for rapping about some bullshit and degrading women, we could be building a goddamn hospital. We could be bringing herbalists and healers in the hospital. We could build health centers all over this motherfucker. We can build a goddamn train and transportation system that can take your ass from goddamn Massachusetts to goddamn London, England. This is the kind of thing we're talking about, a kind of society that's gonna move us forward like we never seen. But you can't do that if you're giving all your money to niggas that shoot basketballs and home runs and niggas who talking about bitches and hoes all goddamn day. If you're giving your money to pointless people in society, your society cannot grow. The people that deserve to have which is every goddamn body, no matter how ugly you are or how pretty you are, you deserve to have a life of economic sustainability and to encourage political education and spiritual growth and progress, which capitalism and the United States of America do not do and have not done ever.
So that's where we did have to disagree. I believe you should be able to do exactly what you want to do with your money. If I made $40 billion and I wanted to give it to 7 foot 10-inch tall wrestlers, I should be able to do that. It's my money. Nobody should be able to tell me what I can and cannot do with what I worked hard for. Straight up.
Listen. No. Listen. It ain't your money. It is not your money though. You get what I'm saying? This what I'm gonna break down to you. It's not your money. Listen, the money you get to buy whatever you want with it, that comes out of something. See, in order to get, you know how I go. Listen, you're a spiritual man. In order to get something from the other side, what you got to do, you got to sacrifice something to get that. So what are you sacrificing to get what you got? So
my
the
time,
money,
my willpower, my brain power.
Everybody putting in the same amount of work.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is. I know, listen, I know some millionaire person.
Man, I work from Sunday to Sunday. Yafeuh work 23 hours a day.
Yeah,
who working like Yafeuh?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Listen, who working like Yafeuh? That's true. Look here. Guess who ain't working like him?
Who?
The motherfuckers who buying up our property and land and all and buying up prisons. That's who ain't working like him. That's my damn point. I'm saying is that the workers are not rewarded in the capitalist state. The workers ain't rewarded. If you do a labor strike to say, look, we've been in this motherfucking warehouse. We've been in this warehouse for 2 years and ain't been no motherfucker earn this bitch. You see what I'm saying? But you got earn to earn your office feel like a motherfucking winter wonderland. You see what I'm saying? But these motherfuckers will get angrier with you. They'll get angry with you and say, oh, you guys, I worked so hard to build this and you guys want to destroy it. All you got to do is accept your $16 an hour and your fucking 120-degree weather warehouse and just shut your mouth. That's what you ought to do. That's the American way. No, motherfucker, that's not human conditions. Human conditions aren't feasible when you're working somewhere and you don't feel comfortable. You don't feel healthy. You don't feel like a healthy environment. I don't give a fuck what they paying you, except that the problem is they're not going to even pay you enough to shut you up. They want to shut you up without paying you the money to shut you up. That's the problem. They haven't earned anything. When you build a factory, you got to have workers to make the factory run. You got to make the workers build the product. The only way your product is built is because the workers, it ain't because you making money. I mean, the only way you make money is because of them. And because that's what I mean when I say, where does the money come from? You taking money from somebody who's been working hard to give it to somebody else just so they can buy a private jet. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. People in the society are supposed to buy what they need, not what they want.
So what you basically talking about is a minimum wage increase.
More than the hell minimum wage increase. Shit, I want all my damn blood, sweat, and tears money. Don't let me go get a couple of degrees. I'm really gonna want some money then. But I'm gonna tell you, these corporations don't want to give it. That's why there's so many labor strikes going on right now in the country.
But nobody ain't got to give you nothing. That's what I'm trying to get you to see, man.
Yes, they do. They owe you. They owe you because you built theirs up. You working for them. They owe you. They owe you because you the one that make them get. You the one that reason is running. We don't. The reason we have chairs. See, we take everything for granted because in this society they teach us indirectly to take shit for granted, including our grandmothers and grandfathers. Look, the chair and the couch you're sitting on right now, somebody had to labor to make that shit happen. Otherwise, you don't have no motherfucking chair. Now, the motherfucker that sold you the chair don't even know how the fuck the chair was made. You see what I'm saying? But this motherfucker probably on all kind of goddamn vacations and shit. You see what I'm saying? But what does he earn? He earned shit. The motherfucker making the chair earned it because of the person that's making the chair, we got some place to sit down. Because of the motherfucker who benefited from the chair, we ain't got a goddamn thing and they ain't sharing shit.
Well, the person making the chair need to demand a higher wage for his or her product.
Yeah, exactly. But they shouldn't have to. But yeah, you damn right they should.
Straight up.
Yes, indeed.
I like this brother Yafeuh. I agree with him on a whole bunch of stuff except for the socialism too. I like to keep my stuff. I work hard for what I got, and I got a lot of stuff that I don't want to split with nobody.
But you already splitting it. You already splitting it. You talking about you got your money. No, you don't. You got to look here. You got to pay a legal IRS. You know the IRS is a legal institution, don't you? They just a bunch of gangsters.
I agree with that. I disband the IRS. I want smaller government. But what you saying is bigger government. Well, what you proposing, the IRS has to be big in order to make sure everybody giving all their money to the government.
No, they don't. Ain't no IRS. We don't believe in no goddamn IRS.
I mean,
That's
then how would the government run? The government is over all this stuff you're talking about, taking people money, dispersing it out to everybody else, making sure everybody got the same. There has to be workers to do this. I don't want those workers. I want less government employees.
But the IRS wouldn't be none of those workers, bro. The IRS is not an old organization. They're not. Like it's been like we've been existing in the world for millions of years, and there's never been an IRS until now. And so that's what I'm saying. No, what I'm saying is you can't keep your money because you got an IRS. Oh, and you got this thing we call a house, right? That we supposed to own. That you won't never own that motherfucker because you got to pay taxes to the state.
Yeah, property tax. No property tax, limited government. That's what I'm. See, what you saying is you and then you come back around and give me some libertarian talking points.
No, you said you for socialism too, because you talking about getting rid of all the shit that the capitalists want you to keep. So yeah, you talking about
I'm for small government. I want deregulate everything.
There you go. That's right.
I don't want any type of socialism at all.
No, what you talking about is socialism. You talking about what you talking about is capital.
And I create a lawnmower and I sell my lawnmower. And
people start
buying my lawnmowers, and I start hiring workers to create the lawnmowers based off the specs that I give them. Then I could set whatever rate I want to set, and if they agree to it, then they agree to it, and they produce the lawnmower. Straight up.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to have the government saying you got to give them this amount of money because this is what you got to give them. I mean, I understand the minimum wage. However, I'm for limited government. No government in my business. I'm gonna deal directly with my workers.
You're more on a black anarchist cross. We need to hook you up with Lorenzo Cambor. So you're more anarchist. That's anarchist.
No, philosophy. I'm a libertarian. It's libertarian.
But that ain't capitalist philosophy, because capitalist philosophy ain't get rid of. The capitalist philosophy is to expand the government. They want to expand a military because it's all about control of resources, because they ain't got none. So they want to expand everything you got. So I see what you're saying, but no, you ain't pro-capitalist. You ain't pro-capitalist at all, but that ain't what they own. No.
I mean, that is capitalism, man.
And I'm gonna tell you, and I want to go back to this is a little quick point. You know why the AKs? It wasn't just that he just didn't make his money, but you know why the AKs is the most popular weapon?
Why?
Because it's the most durable. That's why.
Yeah,
that's why. Yeah. That's why
and
it's the most durable.
Get rich off of that because he lived in a socialist society.
He didn't need to be. He wasn't being rich off of it no way. He didn't get popular till he was 79, 80. What the hell he gonna do with his damn money?
Selling them to the Russian military would have made him a rich man.
I think he would have got richer later on because at that time,
the Russian World War II battle rifle.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it wasn't.
So by selling $500,000 to the Russians, he'd have been at least $1 billion now. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know if he would have been that much money. Maybe, but later on he would have. But starting out, he wouldn't have made that much.
What's up?
But I get what you saying. But yeah, it's the most durable weapon. That's why. Yeah. Yeah. Of all time, probably shit. But yeah.
That's real, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I say, man, I'm for small government. I'm actually, I go out on the extreme. If I walk into a white man's store and he say you can't come in here because you black, I think he has every right to tell me that. Straight up.
Well, we don't believe in promoting racism in our society. He had a right to, but we don't go to him and say, hey man, shut your punk ass up. Because if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have no goddamn store. So
I don't think the government should come down and say we got to close you down because you're not serving black people. I don't think that should happen. I don't think the government should be involved in the day-to-day life of anybody and their stuff. Like with their stuff.
Yeah, I got you, but you still have to have a accountability system. It don't have to be the state. I agree. It don't have to be the state. It don't have to be the state. That's true.
For me to say, okay, you're not gonna serve black people, I'm gonna create a store too, and I'm gonna serve black people, and then he gonna lose money, and he probably gonna run out of business.
Yeah, he gonna take his ass back to Europe. That's what he gonna need to do. If you don't want to serve, if you don't want to serve the people that built this society up, you need to take your ass back to where you from. Shit.
That's what I'm saying. I'm for like
I know what
I'm for doing for self. Don't force nobody to do nothing for you. You can't mandate nobody to give you nothing.
Yeah.
Go out there and do it yourself.
Right, but they already do that shit. They man, you give you every damn thing. They demanding us to give them money for Ukraine and Israel right now. We don't agree with none of that shit.
See, that's big government. I'm for small government. You feel me?
Yeah,
Big government say, all right, y'all, give me up all these money so we can send it overseas and stuff. I'm for GoFundMe to pay for the sheriff department. You know what I'm talking about?
GoFundMe,
yeah, right. Bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like stuff that we need. So even things like Social Security. I believe if you don't want it in the future, you shouldn't have to pay for it right now.
Yeah.
Real talk. You could I believe like my personal beliefs and wishes are that you could opt out of Social Security if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Straight up.
A lot of people do want to do, but I got you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people need it, but a lot of people don't need it. And it's not fair that they got to pay into a system that they probably don't even will never use. You know what I'm talking about, like that? Or don't need it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people know they're gonna die before they hit 60. What is it, 65 now?
I know. Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Straight up. What'd you say?
I don't know what this guy's saying over here.
I'm just tripping on y'all. I'm just tripping on y'all. I went to the gas station, came back.
You did all that. You a musician. Man, shit, man. Hey, they need whoever the government is, they need to let you have your music because you a goddamn magician. You done did all that shit.
I said, let me not even interrupt him. Country Black doing this thing. Country Black doing this thing. So I said, let me not interrupt
to the brother, man. Look. He told me about his socialism and all that, man.
No, it ain't mine. They don't know nothing belong to me.
No two socialism is the same. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Exactly. We have our own unique way of governing ourselves. That's my point. Yeah.
All right, let me ask you this, brother.
But we ain't gonna have no dope in our. You can make dope. You can make money off dope. You can't do it in our community. Ain't gonna be no drugs, no prostitution. Ain't gonna be no. People can make money, but you ain't gonna be no. Private jets, mega church. Ain't gonna be no goddamn mega churches. No,
straight up.
Tell them about Gaddafi in Libya.
Ain't no need. See, if you get rid of the need for that shit, the reason people are
prostitutes, man, some America can't get women, man.
That's in America.
They should be able to pay for a piece if they wanted a piece.
What they do in Libya, though?
What they do in Libya? Listen. No. See, in a functional society is not profit motive. You don't buy no prostitute. You don't buy no woman off the street to just suck 10. I shouldn't say all that out here, but anyway, you should, you know what I'm saying? Now, what you do is, if you don't have no game, you find a young, nice lady in the community, and you do something for her. I mean, you assist her with something. Maybe she want to pay some money for school, or but in our society, school gonna be free regardless.
That's what I'm saying.
But still, if she needs some yard work done, or she needs you to help her disabled father. You do that shit. You do that. Hey, you do that all this stuff for her, and she might do something for you, or she might fall in love with you. I'm saying for the brothers that ain't got game. But as far as going on the street, grabbing a woman and say, "Yeah, bitch, I got 15. You better give me more head than you ever gave in your life." That ain't We ain't talking about that. That ain't gonna happen.
Man, come on, man. So
not as a profession. We ain't saying you can't do it.
Incels. They're called involuntary celibates. So you telling me that an incel, all the incel got to do is go and mow a lady yard and they won't be celibate no more?
Yes, that's how real life happens. That's how real life happens. Listen, you know how we know? Because the prostitute, the only reason she gonna get a dude some is because he got that money. But if he came to her without that money, she'd be like, "Yo, get your ugly ass on." You know how it is. So it's the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Is that? But she see how nice you are as a person when you helping her disabled father do something. You're not doing it as a strategy. You're naturally doing it. So when you're naturally doing it on the way home, she gonna be like, "Okay, I thank you for doing all this for us." And she start developing feelings, and she give you a kiss, and then all of a sudden you in the bedroom. That's what I'm talking about. It's a natural occurrence if you ain't got no game. But you don't just go out and say, "Yeah, I need to find this bitch on the street and here's my $25." You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. And then because a lot of sex workers are killed. They call them sex workers. I don't know why, but a lot of them are murdered and brutalized and raped and all that shit. These actual, this is an actual pandemic going on. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I'm gonna go out on a
from
limb and say something wild, man. I'm willing to say in a totally socialistic society where everybody has equal everything, that society is probably more promiscuous.
no,
Real
no,
talk.
that's not
Because
the
there's no
no.
incentive to stay with your mate. Women stay
Yes,
with dudes
it
because
is.
of stability. Real talk.
No,
Like probably like
but you gonna have
85% of women
stability.
with
But you
in
gonna
their
have
relationship
stability.
right now because it's stable. If you
Yeah,
take
you
out
gonna
the
be.
need of stability, man, come on, bro. Like, let's keep it real, dog.
No, you
Like,
gonna always need stability, but you gonna always need stability regardless. Because everybody
how if
still
the
got.
state gonna take care of you? You talking about you
No, the
talking about
state ain't
welfare for
no.
everybody.
No, no. We as a collective gonna take care of each other. It ain't gonna be no, I'm handing out free checks. Everybody gonna get $1,000. No, that ain't how that work. No, that ain't how that shit work. No. No. It's indigenous shit here. Ancient indigenous. That ain't how this gonna work. No, they gonna stay with they person shit. Cause they ain't gonna be, cause we ain't gonna have rap music promoting. I'm a single bitch. Yeah, I'm a single bitch. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't
Fuck my
gonna have
baby
that shit.
daddy. Fuck my baby
Yeah,
daddy.
right. Fuck my baby daddy. We ain't gonna have that kind of shit. Cause the environment is what influence you. It's two things that influence you. It's three things. The politics, which is everything, and your spirituality, and the environment. The environment is either environment influencing you or your spiritual understanding. It's one of the two. And most people, it's the environment. If the environment is bitches and hoes, we all single, fuck a nigga, take his money. That's what the fuck the people gonna be on. But if the community is on, we're harmonious, we believe in collectivism, sharing and shit like that, men treating women with
I don't
respect,
think
women treating
human
men with
nature
respect.
would allow that to happen. Like, this is like a total utopian society that's
No,
being
that ain't
dreamed up.
utopia. No, it's not. People always say that. That's not utopia. It's realistic. It's already
If you
happening in
take
history.
out if
We're
you
not
take
talking
out
about.
financial incentive, to me, a good analogy would be is taking the snake out of society. You believe you're taking out something that'll help society until the rats start taking over everywhere.
No, ain't gonna be no takeover. But this
Straight
is the
up.
thing.
And what I
You gonna
mean by
always
that is, if you take out that incentive, then as far in these relationships where women are with their old men or men are with their old lady because they lean
yeah,
upon one another to survive, you taking out
exactly.
the need for that to happen. And now,
No, you ain't taking that need out for that to happen.
promiscuity will run rampant.
It ain't no need for it in capitalism. That's where you don't need them, man. First of all, I ain't gonna get into that. But look, you don't need it in capitalism. There's no incentive in capitalism. What are incentives to be with somebody yet? There ain't none. You know why I know the next generation don't even want no kids or nothing. I talk to young people all the time. They not thinking about marriage. They not thinking about husband, wife. They not thinking about kids. They not thinking about none of that shit. They
And
thinking about
that's
their
crazy.
goddamn
That's
self.
terrible. And let me
They
tell you
thinking
why
about
it's
their
crazy.
goddamn self. Yeah.
My generation was like that too. They wouldn't think about kids or nothing until they
Yes,
had
they.
5 or 10 of them
No,
by
no, no,
different women.
no,
They
no, no,
need to
no,
be
no, no.
thinking about that sort of thing. They need to be thinking about getting married. You feel
Right,
me?
right,
I
right,
was
right.
always raised up to not look for a girlfriend, find a wife. I got married when I
Yeah,
was 20 years old. I've been married for
yeah,
almost 17 years to the same woman.
yeah,
I married my
yeah.
wife the first week I met her. I met her on a Monday. We got married that Sunday. We ain't never spent the day apart.
Oh,
We ain't
you
never
were
cheated on
quick.
one another. We loyal to
You,
each other. You know
you
what I'm
were
saying?
quick. You were old school. You really, boy. I like country guy. That's the name of it. Country
Look, and
black
that's
guy. This the
what I'm
symbol.
saying.
You the
That's because I
symbol. You the
was
symbol.
raised to find me a wife.
Yeah, right. You
You
weren't
need
raised to
to think
just
about
date.
these sort of things
Right, right,
because
right,
they gonna happen. Being human, you gonna reproduce.
right, right. That's true.
So you
That's right.
should teach the youngsters how to reproduce and when to. Don't
Right.
have really, to be honest with you. Now, and I know y'all don't agree with this. Now, I come up in a time where they say if you had sex with a gal and you wasn't married, that's fornication. Now,
Yeah.
folks did it, but you knew it wasn't right. And in these days and time, folks saying that it's cool to do that type of thing. And what I mean by not right, because we do understand as far as the Yoruba cosmology, there's no such thing or is right or wrong. There's choices and consequences.
Right,
What I'm
right.
saying is we putting young men out in society who some of them, a lot of them want a peaceful life, but we're not arming them with what it takes to have that. They believe that
right.
you can go out here and get 2 or 3 women pregnant and still be cool and have a peaceful life. You feel me? Because they seen the rapper or the actor, they got 2 or 3 baby mamas and they living cool. Not realizing that you ain't gonna live cool on a regular middle class salary if you got 3 kids by 3 different women, because that child support gonna kill you. It's gonna be really hard to survive. We're not arming these kids with that. We're not arming them with growing up thinking, okay, you need to figure out what you want in life because you're gonna have to get married and start a family one day. They're not even thinking about marriage.
Right.
I'm always talking to my kids about one day you're gonna get married. You know, think about what you want to do when you grow up, to the point that it's not even think about what you want to do. I know what they're gonna do, and I'm steering them in the direction of achieving their goals.
Right.
Straight up.
Yeah.
You feel me? My daughter went out there. I told her she was gonna have a King's. Well, she was trying to have a quinceañera, and in the quinceañera, there's a part in the ritual where she get to dance with a boy for the first time. So I told my daughter, she's 14 years old. I said, you can find your boy to dance with, or I'll find one for you. And she went out and she found her boy. And the boy turned out to be not worth 2 flies dead. You know. So I found a boy for my baby. You know what I'm talking about? And the boy's a nice young man. He's been homeschooled his whole life. You know, he's a good civilized young man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I have conversations with my daughter about what to look for in a guy. You know, what should be red flags. You know, when you get married, you know, this and this and this is how you're supposed to, you know, treat your husband, and you know, this is how you talk to a man. You know, don't put your hands on a man. You know, I know you my baby, and if somebody hurts you, I'm gonna kill him, baby. Don't put me in a situation where I got to crash out by putting your hands on a man. Because if you hit a man, you're saying you want to fight him. You know, we all equal, baby. So don't say you want to fight a man, because I'm gonna have to go out there and hurt him for you and go to jail. You know, I teach. You know what I'm saying? I don't just throw to the wolves and let them do what they want to do. I steer them straight up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Conservatism, brother.
Oh, man, ain't no damn conservatism. Hey, that's just the African way, man.
That's what I'm saying. Traditionalism.
Yeah. There you go.
You know, that's the title is traditionalism. When we get into an American construct, we refer to it as conservatism. We're not on the new wave stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So y'all agree? Y'all agree now?
Oh, there you go with that. I done talked so much. I feel like Furry could up here. I done talked too much. I'm letting the brother get his thing on. You know, get it.
Yeah, man. You know, I mean, I feel them on a whole bunch of stuff. Like I agree with him on a whole bunch of points. You know, I understand. You know, his socialist view. I don't agree with that. No. Just do it. I mean, if I was broke, I want to be a socialist. You know what I'm talking about? But that's what I'm saying. I mean, I would want. If I didn't have nothing, I wouldn't mind having what everybody else has. You know what I'm saying? But as you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, brother.
And somebody that got 2 Bentleys, I understand. And somebody that got 2 Bentleys,
me and my wife together, you know, we bring home about $200,000 a year, which put us in about the top 2% of America. You know what I'm saying?
All right now, so, I know where to come borrow some money.
No. We got a lifestyle.
When I follow hard times, I know where to come.
But that's what I'm saying. You know, having worked hard, and I say worked hard because when I was 18 years old, you know, my daddy said that God told him to go around the country and preach, and he left my mama. She ended up in a mental hospital, and I was homeless my senior year of high school. So I started life with a goose egg, 0, and everything that I have accumulated has been straight on blood, sweat, and tears. Now, for somebody to say, you know what, I see you got what you got, but you know, you need to pool your money, and we're gonna give it to somebody else, and everybody gonna have the same thing. We're gonna all be equal around this thing. That's unfair to me, knowing all the adversity that I had to go through to get what I got. From going to school amongst the drug dealers.
It ain't not fair. Yeah. It ain't not fair. You know why it ain't unfair to you to do that?
What?
Because you're gonna have everything you need in society anyway. We all collectively producing what we need. That's the African way. Europeans came and told us, there's a different way than all now. But see what I'm saying? So we don't always have what you need. The reason you had to do that, brother, because you're African, first of all, you're black man, and you in America. That's why you had to work so hard to do what you did and to get what you got. That's why you are, and it's a capitalist society. So you in a society where if you didn't do that shit, instead of me talking about I'm gonna borrow from you, you be borrowing money from me and Yafeuh. You see what I'm saying? If you didn't do all the work, if you didn't put in the work you did, you know what I'm saying? You and the queen. If y'all didn't put in that work, y'all be borrowing money, sleeping on people's couches, because that's how capitalism work. You know what I'm saying? And then, motherfucker, if you don't work for these capitalist corporations or you ain't got no money from business, fuck it, the hell with you. We don't give a fuck if you homeless or not. We don't care about that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? But it is a society where we'll practice it collectivism and communalism. That's really the basis of all this, really, is collectivism and communalism. Is that we taking, each according to the need, we all taking care of each other. So if we all got unlimited fruits and vegetables, we all got unlimited water, we all got unlimited places to go, we got unlimited transportation. Why the fuck we need all this other shit? You already got it. Because the collective is provided for you all of these things. As opposed to capitalism, you ain't gonna get that shit unless you got some fucking money. You ain't gonna be in the best communities. You're not gonna have the best transportation if you have a transportation at all. If you don't do what you did in capitalism as a black man, you ain't gonna have nothing. But in the society we talking about, we gonna have it all. But when I say have it all, I'm not saying without contradictions and issues. Hell no, there ain't nowhere in the world that ever existed that was like that. We gonna have issues, we gonna have contradictions. But one thing is what we talking about is that we understand how to take care of the people. And that's the most important thing, how to take care of people. Nobody's starving, nobody's hungry, nobody have lack of technology, nobody have none of that shit. That's what we saying, an advanced society. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we talking about. If the society is advanced, you got unlimited technology, you got a nice home. What you need? You don't need to hustle and say, oh, I earned this. Yeah, you gonna earn it anyway, because we collectively gonna earn this shit. Hey, just like in Libya, before the Obama administration took part in the sad, that's one of the worst things Obama, his administration ever did. He was already against us. A lot of people don't understand these things. They're not politically educated. But the thing is that one of the worst things he could have done is take part in the assassination of another black man, not just any black man, but a man who was pro Pan-Africanism, who was pro-collective self-determination, right? Trying to make a one currency for the continent of Africa. You talking about the average person in Libya when he was there had a nice home. The average person. In America, if you're an average person, your ass is on Pennsylvania where Yafeuh was talking about. And when I say Pennsylvania, I ain't talking about no damn we ain't talking about no homes that been fixed up. No, we talking about on Pennsylvania next door to the drunk, Willie the wino. That's what the average person gonna be in America. But we talking about a society where the average person had a nice home, man. You got $5,000, at least $5,000 just because you married somebody. And it wasn't like you weren't gonna get it no way, but it's other ways you gonna get money. You're gonna get free education and the best service. You're gonna get the shit anyway. But because you married to a lovely young lady, the government just gonna give you some money. Ain't no goddamn interest, ain't no none of that bullshit.
Because they had a lot of natural resources. Here in America, we don't have natural resources like that to support all this free stuff that you're talking about.
Oh, no. But you don't got need natural resources. You got fucking money. You got niggas sitting on their ass with all this goddamn money. So now you got the money. It don't matter.
So you need to take their money and give it to other folks?
No, they shouldn't have it in the first place because they ain't did nothing no more than anybody else. The working class works harder than anybody. This is an actual scientific, mathematical database fact. The working class work harder than anybody. So the person that talking about they earn this and earn that, no, they shouldn't even have it any goddamn way. But since they do have it, it belongs to the people that need that shit. Yeah, it sure do. You see what I'm saying?
So if you work so much that you make a lot of money, then you need to give your excess over to other folks.
If your society needs it, look, you shouldn't have no homeless people in your society. That's what brings about crime. See, that's what I'm saying. In capitalism, all these things, they lead
we
to
just
something
talked
else.
about spirituality though, brother, and we just agreed on that. There's no such thing of right or wrong. There's just choices and consequences.
No. Oh no, but listen, it's the laws of cause and effect. It's not right or wrong, but there is a such thing as positive and negative. And the things that I'm talking about, they have more of a negative effect on society than they do positive. So it's an imbalance. You see what I'm saying? That's a part of the understanding the universal truth too, is that you must have balance. You must have more balance than you have imbalance. And this kind of thing we talking about creating imbalance. And so that's what we talking about. But yeah, Muammar Gaddafi, when they assassinated him, that's how Libya was. And really, I didn't even get to the crux of what it really was.
Yeah, that was wild for assassinating Gaddafi. That was
Hillary
Clinton thing. She say she came, she saw, she conquered, Vidi Vici on them. But that's who.
Yeah.
But then you got
we
go back into the whole spiel of who elected her. You know what I'm saying? Who elected Obama? I was one of them. I voted for him because he was black. That was the only reason why I voted for Obama. Straight up.
I think she got appointed as Secretary of State.
Yeah, and he appointed her.
Yeah.
And I mean, he didn't say nothing. He could have stopped her from doing this, but he didn't. There's a lot of things Obama did that was wild. That I voted for him just because he was black. And my grandpa, he was born in 1925. He lived long enough to see Obama. He shedded a tear, man. It was moving. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was caught up in that whole, make a change and all that. I got caught up in it too.
And that go back to my original point, though, bro.
What's up? You can believe in,
because Obama supposedly came out of Chicago he was organizer on the South Side and all this type of stuff.
Which was a damn lie.
Yeah, come out of the community in Chicago and eventually became a state representative, then a U.S. senator, then finally president. But he came out of the community that he which is largely black folks, and got to the highest office in the land. And again, it was blackface with a white mask. You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't even from that community though, brother.
I think it's a book written by that Frantz Fanon wrote that book. I think talks about
psychologist.
It talks about black folks in certain positions and how we have high expectations for them, but yet it's because of the culture and the mentality and the politics that it doesn't equate, because they're not doing anything particularly revolutionary to affect the culture of the institution that they're in part of. Come on, man. Come on, Country Black. Come on, Country Black.
No, I mean I've just seen. I ain't gonna even lie to you, brother. I've since denounced the Democrat Party. I will never vote Democrat again. And I mean, I ain't gonna say never, because if they start making some changes where they reflect my lifestyle and the way I live, then I may consider voting for them. This is America. I'm free to vote for whoever I want to vote for. But at this point in American history, the Democrat Party does not reflect my lifestyle at all.
My guy right here, man. He a trip. I'm free to vote for whoever. You can't vote for Yafeuh right now. So you ain't free to vote. If you put Yafeuh on the ballot, that shit is canceled.
Why you say that?
Because it is. The only person you free to vote for is an old, dirty white man. That's it.
Donald J. Trump and Joseph R. Biden.
Well, no, Kanye ran.
That wasn't for real.
It wasn't.
But it could be real. That's what I'm saying.
Kanye ain't goddamn for real shit. Kanye don't know what the fuck.
Don't run. You know what I'm talking about? Anybody can run. It's America.
If you don't, it ain't because it's America, because you can run. It ain't got nothing to do with it. Because at the end of the day, like I say, if you don't have $1 billion, your ass ain't gonna even be in a race. Man, we find people trying to sleep around here, and I'm up here talking to y'all about.
I'm sorry, man. I had to call my dog. There you go. I got a bulldog named Bill. I thought he was outside.
Nah, Bill sleep too, man. You doing all this? You up here talking with us? Bill sleep, and you thought he was out. He sleep too.
Yeah, old English bulldog named Bill. His name's William. Huh?
Oh, you named him after Bill Clinton? Why you do that, dog?
No, he's English, so he needed an English name. So I named him William.
Oh, okay, that's good. I wish the white man would have done it. I wish the Europeans would have done it like that. You know, this nigga's from Nigeria. We gonna call this nigga Akintunde. We gonna call him instead of that, they call a nigga Fitler or some
Toby.
shit.
Toby.
Yeah, Toby. Yeah, they go instead. Yeah, you know. I wish they would have done us like that. We'd have been in good shape then.
What does your name mean, brother?
We'd have been like you. Which one?
Khafre. What was it? Khafre?
Oh, the land. Yeah, yeah. In the form, in likeness of God and in the form of God.
Okay. Is that your legal name?
Yeah, it's legal. Malcolm X told me it's legal as far as I'm concerned.
No, I'm saying, is it on your driver's license, brother?
No, it ain't no driver license. It ain't no. Well, I have put it on paperwork, and then nothing happen. But no, it's not on it.
Okay. That was a.
And you ever heard about the story? And if you ever know about the story of the emperor of Mali, Sundiata Keita, that's me. I'm him in this lifetime. I'm him reincarnated, Sundiata.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And that's my son. And that's my son's legal name. His name is Sekou Jamal Ray Sundiata Khafre. That's his real name. I mean, that's his born name, I should say.
So my legal name is Olusoga Osagbe Arolola.
Yes, sir.
What?
Yeah.
I've been trying not to say your name the whole time, and you gonna give it out. Okay, I should have been saying Olusoga, man.
They don't know who I am, though. They don't know how to spell it, but don't say it. Don't say it anymore, though.
No, that's yeah.
I'm like, what?
But yeah, so we really got the same name. It just I ain't put mine on paperwork. But when he was born, I made sure his was.
My son is the second.
Yeah. He got the same
he had
name.
his entire right after he was born and everything. My son and my daughter had their entires.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
But so do you go to any rituals and anything of that nature? Any fire rituals?
Nah, I go to some ceremonies every now and again with some of the people you know.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't mess around. I don't mess around.
Oh. Oh man, yes you do. No, yeah, I do. They like a steady family because I want my son to be around more of that. I want him to see that.
Yeah. Okay.
That pre-slavery tradition. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want him to be around that atmosphere instead of being around a whole bunch of.
Well, we have rituals out here. Sometimes you're more than welcome to come. We don't.
Okay.
No, I'm disassociated from your boy. I don't mess with dude. I ain't gonna get on camera and say nothing. I'm a but I don't fool with folks. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was but yeah, I do have rituals out here, man. I initiate here, through House Aralola. We from the Fact Benro lineage.
Okay, right. Yeah.
Fact Benro Amashan.
Yeah, right. Amashan.
Yeah, man. We hold it down, bro. We hold it down.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, man. Just out here just trying to teach the tradition, the traditional way, be a conservative man as my tradition dictates. You know what I'm talking about?
He's funny when you go back to that, man. It's funny, man.
I'm just saying, bro, that's the African way, man. We ain't on that new age stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, look,
we're more conservative in nature,
So you don't like iPhones, that's what that means.
I don't like iPhone?
Yeah, if you saying that, you must don't like iPhones.
What they got to do with the iPhone?
He got one right now.
He do. I'm just messing with him. That's that new age stuff to my phone, but yeah.
Okay. No, I'm talking about the new age political stuff.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I just put that in there.
Yeah, I'm still, still in the past, man. I'm an 80s baby, man.
Why you don't hold this man accountable right here, man?
Who you talking about?
This man right here, I got right here.
Oh,
that's your Democrat party, man. I ain't got nothing to do with a Democrat.
Yeah, funny, man.
What you mean, bro? I just told you I ain't voting for Democrat ever again.
That's William. That's who your dog name now. Nah, I'm just basically. Yeah.
I'm just saying, and that don't mean I'm a vote Republican. That's what I'm saying. I'm just not voting Democrat because they disrespectful. Straight up, man. Like to have a conglomerate vote for that long and do nothing for those people, dog, is disrespectful. Real talk. And then to give us Joe Biden as a candidate, knowing that he support the Klan, and that's what I'm saying. And then they forced you to acknowledge that Donald Trump was a racist without saying nothing about Joe Biden's Klan affiliation. And my granddaddy's brother was lynched by the Klan. You know what I'm talking about? So under no precepts am I gonna vote for a Klan sympathizer. Like this real, you know, I come from where slavery was and racism was real. I'm not urban at all. I'm from where they look you in your face and say, as long as you black, you would never walk in that building. You know what I'm talking about? So I don't buy into the whole Democrat giving us Joe Biden thing, man. That dude's the wildest guy in the world to give to a black person after the 94 crime bill. Anyway.
And I think either one of them from any particular party or major parties, Democrat or Republican, does not satisfy.
That's real, and that's why I say I'm not saying I'm a vote Republican, but I never vote Democrat.
I'm just letting you know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make that distinction for anybody.
But I never vote Democrat, bro.
They look at this. They look at this. Hey, F Trump, F Biden, period. And anybody there with them, F Obama, all that. You know what I'm saying? And
with a new party. What the party? What's our party?
Man, we got to create it. You know what I'm saying?
We
if y'all gonna be in here in America, if y'all gonna continue to be in here in America, you just can't keep being Republican, Democrat, and whichever one they put up in front of us.
Right, and then,
yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm libertarian, like I keep telling y'all, man.
Hey, and unfortunately, George's, what's his name? George's, you know what I'm talking about? Who the libertarian guy?
That's a woman. Her name was Jo Jorgensen.
Yeah, what I'm saying, Jorgensen. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, yeah. I thought it was man. Yeah, unfortunately, she ain't got the platform, but you got to get your people to organize. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
That's what you got to do, man. But I thought she teach, right? She's a professor.
I thought she was a doctor.
I thought she was. Let me see, man.
Yeah, type in Jo Jorgensen.
I think a teacher, man. I thought it was a professor, man.
It's J-O and then J-O-R.
I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, we wrapping up the live.
Yeah. We can wrap it up, man. I know you real.
It's nighttime.
We gonna
the working class people without the bills and stuff. We work so hard, we don't get no sleep. Unlike Yorkerson and William Clinton and all them jokers.
This your candidate right here?
Yeah, that was my candidate last time. I wanted to run it this time.
I'm gonna see. Okay. Free market healthcare. I don't know about that one. Okay. Look. She want that mask. She wants you to be able to decide if you want that mask or not. Let me see.
Yeah, small government. Libertarian is small government.
Yeah.
No mandates, nothing. Government over nothing.
No mandates, yeah.
Government ain't over nothing. Everybody govern themselves and leave other folks alone.
They anarchists did. They also be anarchists. I'm with you. Come on, and that what Jorgensen on. I ain't been keeping up as much, man.
Look what you got right there.
I know she is, but I ain't. I know she is. I ain't followed it.
You got 1 million votes right there, bro.
Yeah, man. How many did Joe Biden get? 72 million.
81.
Is that what they say? Is that what they say, bro?
Hey, if you participate,
and if you say anything different, you go to jail.
Hey, apparently, if you lie, If you be lying, talking about you
Look,
want,
Joe Biden got 81 million votes, and if you say anything different, you're going to jail.
hey, them both need to be in jail. Both of them need to be in jail. Donald Trump
They
and Joe
do. They
Biden.
really do.
On crimes against
Cell
humanity.
block. Yeah, they do. Cell block C. Crimes against humanity.
Yeah.
Oh, they need to be in the hole. Shit, fuck that. They need to be isolated 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But anyway, man.
Like
But anyway, I appreciate y'all. I know y'all had a conversation. I know y'all tired too. Both of y'all look tired in the face.
Not even that, man. People in my house can't sleep. It's gonna be a hard morning.
Man,
well, nice to meet you, brother. Look,
man, it was good talking to you, man. Yeah, it was good talking with you, man. Yeah, I want to build with you, man, in person, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed.
Like, share, subscribe. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna end on that note right there. Let me exit this thing here.
You ain't new to this. Come on, host. What the host doing? Come on,
man. Hold on. Oh, there it is, right there. Okay. Like, share, subscribe. That's all it's been. Yafeuh Balagoon. Yeah.